You haven't slept in 3 days. You're exhausted, your eyes are burning, and your mind is starting to fray at the edges. But every time you close your eyes, you feel a presence at the foot of your bed. You can't see them, but they are there, watching your chest rise and fall, waiting for the moment your body finally gives up. This is SCP-966, and it hasn't eaten in a very long time.
Item number SCP-966. Object Class Euclid.
Special Containment Procedures. As of the current date, the Foundation has successfully contained 4 specimens of SCP-966, including 2 males and 2 females. These entities are to be kept in a 10-meter by 10-meter room constructed of reinforced steel. The walls must be lined with lead plating to prevent the transmission of certain wave frequencies.
2 security cameras equipped with infrared filters and high-sensitivity thermal imaging must be active at all times, as SCP-966 are invisible to the naked human eye.
Personnel entering the containment area are required to wear specialized infrared goggles and must be accompanied by at least 2 armed guards. Feeding occurs once every week, consisting of 20 kilograms of fresh meat, preferably from a bovine or porcine source. In the event of a containment breach, the sector must be placed under total blackout, and security teams equipped with thermal imaging must sweep the area immediately.
Description: SCP-966 are predatory, digitigrade creatures that resemble gaunt, hairless humanoids with elongated limbs. Their fingers terminate in needle-like claws reaching up to 20 centimeters in length. While they possess a skeletal structure similar to humans, their skin is a pale, translucent gray, and they lack any visible body hair. Their faces are dominated by large mouths filled with rows of needle-sharp teeth.
The most notable characteristic of SCP-966 is their invisibility. They do not reflect or absorb light in the visible spectrum. They can only be observed using wavelengths ranging from mid to far infrared. It is currently unknown how they achieve this level of transparency, though research into their cellular structure is ongoing.
SCP-966 are pursuit predators. They do not hunt through speed or brute force. Instead, they rely on a unique biological mechanism. At all times, SCP-966 emit a previously unknown type of wave frequency, which researchers have dubbed the 966 blast. These waves have a permanent effect on the brain chemistry of any creature with a complex central nervous system.
Once a victim is exposed to these waves, they lose the ability to enter any stage of sleep. The victim can lie down, they can close their eyes, and they can try to rest, but the brain will simply refuse to transition into a sleep state. The 966 blast effectively removes the biological off switch for consciousness.
Once the victim is incapable of sleeping, SCP-966 will begin to stalk them. They stay within a close radius of their prey, moving silently and occasionally making soft, vocalized clicking sounds. They are patient. They wait for the inevitable physical and mental degradation caused by total sleep deprivation.
The hunt usually follows a predictable pattern. In the first 24 hours, the victim experiences irritability and minor cognitive impairment. By 48 hours, microsleeps begin to fail, leading to intense hallucinations and paranoia. Between 72 and 96 hours, the victim begins to suffer from severe motor skill loss and systemic organ stress. It is during this final stage, when the victim is too weak to move or defend themselves, that SCP-966 approaches. They do not wait for the victim to die. They begin to feed while the prey is still conscious, using their claws to leisurely strip flesh from the body. Because the victim is incapacitated by exhaustion, they are often unable to even scream as they are consumed. Addendum 966A. Observation log of Subject D-1442. Subject D-1442 was exposed to a single specimen of SCP-966 under controlled conditions to document the progression of the hunt.
Day 1. Subject reported feeling on edge and watched. Despite being provided with a standard mattress and quiet environment, D-1442 failed to fall asleep. Subject attributed this to new environment nerves.
Day 2. Subject became increasingly agitated. He complained of a humming in his ears and demanded to know why the researchers were playing high-pitched noises in his cell. No such noises were being played. Infrared footage showed the SCP-966 specimen standing less than a meter away from the subject's bed, staring directly at his face.
Day 3. Subject began experiencing visual hallucinations. He was observed swatting at insects that were not there and talking to family members who were not present. His heart rate remained consistently above 100 beats per minute. The SCP-966 specimen began to circle the subject, occasionally touching the subject's hair with its claws. D-1442. Day 4. Subject ceased verbal communication. He sat in the corner of the room, eyes wide and bloodshot, weeping silently. His muscle tremors were so severe he could no longer stand. At 0300 hours, the SCP-966 specimen moved in. It used its claws to make a deep incision in the subject's calf. D-1442 looked directly at the wound, watched the blood flow, but did not move. He lacked the neurological capacity to process the pain or formulate a flight response.
The specimen proceeded to feed for the next 3 hours. Subject D-1442 remained conscious for the first 40 minutes of the process before expiring from hemorrhagic shock.
Addendum 966B, Field Report. It has been determined that SCP-966 is not a localized phenomenon. Reports of the sleep killer have appeared in folklore across the globe for centuries, often dismissed as night terrors or demons.
However, Foundation statistics suggest a worrying trend. Since the early 20th century, the number of unexplained deaths attributed to total sleep deprivation and subsequent trauma has risen by over 300%.
Our current theory is that SCP-966 populations are increasing in urban areas where the noise and stress of city life provide the perfect cover for their presence. A person complaining of insomnia and paranoia in a city like New York or London is rarely given a second glance. By the time they realize they aren't just stressed, it's already too late.
Incident Report 966 Alpha. During a routine maintenance check of the containment lead lining, a hairline fracture was discovered in the viewing port. While no specimens escaped, it was found that the 966 blast waves had been leaking into the observation gallery for several weeks.
3 researchers and 2 security personnel had been reporting symptoms of chronic insomnia. Researcher Miller, who had been working double shifts in the observation deck, was found in his home 5 days later. He had attempted to cure his insomnia by using a heavy-duty sedative, which resulted in a coma, but his brain activity showed he was still technically awake and dreaming while conscious.
He was found with deep lacerations across his torso. there was no sign of forced entry into his apartment. This suggests that wild instances of SCP-966 may be drawn to those already affected by the wave emissions of contained specimens. We are not just holding them, we may be calling their kin to our doorstep.
The Foundation currently estimates that there are over 1,000 uncontained instances of SCP-966 worldwide. If you find yourself unable to sleep tonight despite being exhausted, if you feel a chill on the back of your neck or hear a faint clicking sound from the corner of your darkened room, do not bother turning on the lights. You won't see them, but they can see you, and they are very, very hungry.
If you want to survive the night, subscribe for more classified reports.